Welcome to Newsflash Bestie,
a weekly podcast hosted by your besties, Sarah
and Emily. We're here to help you stay informed without getting overwhelmed. Because sometimes it's hard to keep up.
And that's okay. Your besties got you. Happy New Year, besties! It's Sarah and Emily. We are back from the Christmas break.
Yes.
Somewhat rested.
Yeah. Still a little, I'm still not 100. I just have a little raspiness going on. That's
A little raspy.
You said it was like a little cough.
She said her voice sounded like RFK Jr.
It did this morning. My goodness. It was just like throaty, but like I don't even know. But it's all, here for it.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we can't talk about anything else, so we talk about Emily's got newses, like exciting newses.
Got all the newses.
Yeah.
You could tell the newses.
I could tell the newses, and then you tell us all about it.
Oh, no. It was good. It was lovely. So how was your Christmas, Sarah? Oh, I did. I think he did good.
Yeah, he did. He did good. He did real good.
Did you get a picture I sent you?
I did.
I did help design it, but, I did design it, and then he just ran with it.
It's better that way. It's better that way. And you know exactly when you get it, it's like you can like truly be like, oh my God, I love it.
Like, that was it. Yeah, I didn't know when, I didn't know how, I didn't know where, whatever. I just knew what it was going to look like, and that's all that mattered to me. So.
Yeah, as long as you know, like, because it's something you're going to wear all the time. So you want it to, like,
exactly. That was his whole thing, too. Right,
yeah.
Right. And I wanted something different. Like, I didn't want, you know me, like, I wanted something traditional with a little, like, to it. A little something. So I'm excited. I am not, like, doing any planning or anything for a while. I was like, I cannot be in Kelly's wedding and plan a wedding at the same time. Like, no, I just can't. Yeah. So, we'll see. I might do, like, light planning, but I'm not, like, going hard or deep or anything.
I mean, there's, like, once you, like, get your location and your date, like, some of that other shit can wait. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to do everything.
That's
like,
true.
It's really your date, your location, maybe your caterer. But even that you can wait on.
You're just listing those things. I'm, like, stressing, thinking that. Like, no! I can't. I think being in bridal for those 5 years, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just puts me in a different thought. Like, I've seen so much, but there's all the things of each of that check mark, like, just giving me heart palpitations.
Oh my God. I loved planning my wedding. I loved it. I had the best.
Like, I don't know where to start. I think that's my problem. I never know where to, like, start on something. Once I get started, I'm good. I think once figure out a spot and a date, I'll be fine. But I think, like, not having that, like, it just is so overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. It's fun, though, looking at locations, I will say.
Yeah. So, but it still won't be for, I don't want to go deep, at least for a little while. I want to sit with this a couple months.
Just be, I mean, I tried to make this reference. You didn't get it because you don't watch Friends. I was like, it's like Monica. Just enjoy being, like, engaged and shouting out the window, like, I've been gay.
Yeah. I got to watch Friends.
I only did not get that reference. I was like, I need your millennial card back, please. What do you mean you don't get that? What do you mean you don't watch Friends?
I'll trade it in
turn in your millennial credentials.
Blessings. So, yeah, it was a lovely Christmas.
Yeah.
Very surprised.
Meow.
I know. Well, I keep saying it. He's so annoyed. I'm like, I like that Leroy was there, like my sister's dog.
Yeah, Leroy is her sister
my mom
Ann's
was
dog.
there. Yay. Like, you know what I mean? Uncle Joe was there, but like, oh, I'm so pleased Leroy was there.
My fur nephew.
Oh, man, but that's my happiest. No, but I was very surprised. Like, I thought he was going to make fun of me. Like, he said he was just saying how much he appreciates me and just, like, all this stuff, and he loves me, and then he stood up, and I thought he was going to, like, make a joke, and then, like, he went into all of it, and then he got down. I was like, are you serious? Like, let me help you. I thought there was, like, a joke or a punchline in there. Oh, man. Yeah, it was lovely.
That is lovely. And then you followed that up with your fantasy football win.
Oh my God, I know. Like, bringing out 2024 properly. I did not my C- team or whatever it was.
Your C- team is number 1 in the Beach House Fantasy Football League.
I am 4th in points, though, if I really want to be honest.
Don't matter. You're 4th. You're number one.
Actually, I love that last game. Like that, I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but
I had to listen to George talk about it. He's like, "Oh man, I made all the wrong choices. I made all the wrong choices. Blah blah blah." I was like, "Or is Emily just that great of a manager?"
I am a great team manager. Yeah, you make because I'm trying to think. Let me see if I can even pull it up.
So Emily was up against my husband George for the final. It was one like to fight it out for number one, and Emily
and I beat him 162 to 96.
Oh my god, it wasn't even close.
No, it was nowhere near close. I mean, the people that he had did not have good games.
That's what he said. He's like, even if I made different choices, I would have still lost Emily, so I feel better about it.
Yeah. The only thing, Brock Purdy would have given him 32 points instead of who did he? Oh, Mahomes still gave him 26.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think I was evenly like the only person or like I have Philadelphia's defense. They got me 19 points. That was the only thing that was really like outlandish.
Yeah.
So yeah, good team management.
Good team management. Number
Making
one.
notes.
I took home number 3. I beat out my brother. Who run the world? Girls.
Girls. I'll go with that.
Who run the league? Girls.
Well, if you're going to shoot for commissioner next year, I knew you were.
Yeah, I have to stage a coup d'etat. My husband is our current commissioner, and he does not do a good job, in my opinion.
What does that even entail? Like,
he does not it's like getting the draft organized, making sure you got the rules put in. Like, there are things you are supposed to do, and he is just very lackadaisical about it. And I'm like, I need you.
Papa Tom would be proud of that word.
Lackadaisical? It doesn't get
yeah,
used
it's
to
one of his favorites. Yeah. But anyway, go on with yourself. I was going to say your lackadaisical self, but no, that's not you.
No.
No.
I got that Virgo energy.
I know you trust.
I like a plan.
That's why you're team captain
notice.
Here. Yep.
Don't get me wrong. I like doing you know what I mean, spontaneity too. But like for these types of things where it's like other people that have to like make plans too, you got to give people enough notice. He did not give enough
communication.
Communication.
Yep.
So
yep.
You know what? Maybe this is gonna be my pitch. I'm running for commissioner.
Make a PowerPoint presentation.
Announce my candidacy for the 2025 Beach House Fantasy Football League commish.
Oh, blessings.
Oh man,
yeah, it was a good time. I think we ended well on fantasy.
Yeah, she wound up with a ring, and well, I feel like we need a fantasy trophy.
We could make a trophy.
I thought about that. I'm gonna work on
I'll
that.
look into that.
Yeah, let's get a trophy.
Yeah.
Only because you
we
won.
don't have to play. Everybody's like, "How much money did you win?" I was like, "We didn't play for money.
We just play for funsies."
Yeah.
Vibes.
Bragging rights. Yeah.
Bragging rights.
And I'm just happy I remembered to switch my people out every week during the bye weeks.
So good.
That's really all I was proud of. That's what screwed me up last year because I just forgot 2 weeks and then I was done.
It was over.
It was over.
Which, I don't know. Well, and then I feel like we got some sad news. Was this before New Year's or after about like Paige DeSorbo and Craig Conover breaking up?
I think it was the 30th or like the it was like right after Christmas, but before the New Year.
Yeah.
That was sad. I feel like Paige and Hannah talked about it on their podcast that Monday.
Yeah.
And then I follow this one, Blocked by Jax, that on Instagram. They post a bunch of stuff, but they reposted that.
Yeah.
I was very sad. Like I wasn't sure they'd ever get married, but I thought they'd be together longer. I thought this would be like a 10-year long distance, and then maybe, I don't know, they buy something in a middle ground or something like, I don't know what I was trying to picture, but
I love Paige. I just feel like she's got such a good head on her shoulders. Like, I just love her so much. Like, really good perspective. Like,
yes,
you know what I mean? Like, you want what you want, and that's okay. And if you're not willing to sacrifice that, that's okay too. You just have to like be upfront with that person. And it sounds like that's what, like, Craig wanted to stay in Charleston and she wanted to stay in New York, and that's fine. Like that's not wrong to want what you want,
right? And she's been forthright about it the whole time too. Like, this is not new information,
right? She's been that way the whole time. It's not like, well, maybe I'll move to Charleston. Like, no, she's like, I love New York. I'm not moving.
yeah. And maybe if it weren't, like, maybe if he did move, I mean, and maybe if he would have moved, I don't know. I don't know.
Because I think they were I think they had very similar like interests, and that's why everybody that like pays attention to Bravo, that's a fan of like Southern Charm and Summer House, are like fans of them because they just, you know what I mean, they really mesh well together.
Yeah. And their personalities balance each other. I will say though, I think I don't know her personally, but I feel like if she were to find someone, not so much that would have like I don't know, because I don't think she's the person who would just do something for somebody unless she wanted to. But that's what I'm saying, finding that right person that maybe she would, because I feel like she ran a lot of that show. She ran the show with him, you know?
Oh, yeah.
From my perspective. But I don't know.
That's fine, because then Craig was like secure enough to like let that, you know what I mean, like let her run.
Right. But at the same time, like, not an ultimatum, because you don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah, it's just wrong.
Who knows? Like, we're just watching them from afar. We don't know them personally.
Yeah. So, I don't know them personally, but I don't know them. Going off of what is shown, this is where my conclusion. You know,
we feel like we know them because we just love those shows so much. Well, all right. Before we get into anything, I figured there's like news. I feel like that like 2024 and the beginning of 2025.
Yeah, I feel like there's lots of things.
Intense, man. So Jimmy, first up, over the holidays, Jimmy Carter passed away at 100.
Yeah.
He passed away on December 29th, so just before New Year's. This was after he spent like a year in hospice down in Georgia. It's like sad. Yeah. Like, I was watching a documentary about Jimmy Carter. Talking about how he's like the rock and roll president and how he like the Allman Brothers and Bob Dylan and like campaigned for him and stuff. And then just talking about like all the stuff he did outside of his presidency for like human rights and his work for Habitat for Humanity. He's like one of those people like wasn't really, because the end of his presidency was so tumultuous, like inflation was super duper high, gas was insane with the gas shortage and all of that. Yeah. And then the Iranian hostage crisis. Like that was like the end of his presidency, so like that's what kind of, like what stuck in people's minds. It was so tumultuous, but I'm glad like he was able to like set a legacy outside of his presidency. Like all the good stuff, like volunteering with Habitat for Humanity, going out and traveling to other countries and doing humanitarian work. I'm sad. I was sad. Yeah, like it's like you lived to 100 and you did some good.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did what you needed to do here. It's like.
Yeah. But January 9th is a national day of mourning, for like the funeral, which is going to be in D.C. At the National Cathedral. I think the last former president's funeral we had was George W. Bush. I forget when that was, 2018 maybe? A while ago.
Yeah.
But flags are out being flown at half staff for 30 days. I was like, I don't know why the media reports on every little tweet that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, because some of it is like, just let him talk. Like, it's Twitter. We don't need to like, not every tweet.
We don't have to jump on it.
We don't have to jump on it. Just
the less we jump on it, the maybe like he won't say as much.
No, I mean he's still gonna say what he wants to say, but it's like some of the shit is not newsworthy.
But like you know what I mean? He likes that. Like that's the MO, just like saying these things, like I think getting the reaction.
Right, but like that's it. Like he's allowed to say whatever he wants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's his MO, and it's like.
But then the media is just like, I think they get off on it because like, look at we're gonna sell ads. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like Just let it be. But so there's all this thing he tweeted like, I can't believe like the Democrats are so happy the flags are gonna be flown at half staff during my inauguration. Blah 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 blah. I'm sure there are people probably on social media. Probably on TikTok being like, ha 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 ha. You know what I mean? I'm sure. Yes. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That there were people, like, I don't think there's a ton of people making that connection, but I'm sure there are people out there on social that he's like seeing that, or reacting to that. But I was like,
that's all it's about.
I was like, well, what's the precedence here for flag? I was curious, you know what I mean? Why is it 30 days? And I guess like Eisenhower set this back in the 50s. Like when a former president dies, 30 days. Like there was no consistency before that, I guess. But he like his proclamation, he's made that like a standard that's been followed like since the 50s. 30 days, the flags fly at half staff. So it's not like they were just like ha 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 ha. It was like literally just the timing of this man dying, and
this is what
the precedent.
Take it up with Jimmy Carter. Yes.
You couldn't hold on until after January 20th.
I know, right?
You held on to vote in the election. You couldn't hold on another.
And the holidays too. God bless him.
And the holidays too.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I think shame on the media for like latching on to everything that he tweet. That
it's just
Donald Trump
it's just
tweet.
Again,
it's not newsworthy.
For that reaction. It's not new exactly. It's him just spouting.
Yeah, like you just let him spout off. Like that's what people like to do. Like you know what I mean? Like
I know.
Let him feel his feelings. It doesn't need to be newsworthy. Like
let him feel his feelings. That'll be the mantra for the next 4 years.
Let him feel his feelings.
Let him feel his feelings.
You got to feel those feels and acknowledge them.
Yep.
Right? I feel this way. I said it. No, I'm gonna move on.
Oh, blessings.
Oh my gosh. And then a couple of like crazy and sad news. So did you see about like the New Orleans attack? I mean, I think everybody's seen it at this point.
Yeah,
the New Orleans attack on literally was at 3 in the morning, 3:15 in the morning on New Year's Day. This guy drove his truck just around like these like temporary barriers they had up on Bourbon Street and just plowed over and killed 14 people.
Oh, I didn't realize it was on Bourbon Street. I knew it was New Orleans, but I didn't know.
No, it was Bourbon Street. So I mean, I've been to Bourbon like that. I'm surprised there were still that many people out at 3 in the morning. I don't know what time the bars. They must stay open late
till like 4, probably like 4 or 5.
Probably that's a big party. I've been there. I've been to New Orleans and Bourbon Street. I love it. I love New Orleans. I just think the spirit of that city is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But 14 people died, 35 were injured, and Samsud-Din Jabbar, he was a Texas resident and served in the army and even did a tour in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Because there was like mixed, I forget, like somebody, I don't know if it was Fox News, some media outlet, I'm going to go with probably Fox News, initially reported that it was like an immigrant, and then guess who latched onto that?
Everyone.
So Donald Trump's like, blah, blah, blah. And then I think Fox News walked that back. He was not an immigrant. U.S.-born citizen from Texas, served in the Army, he's an Army vet, went to Afghanistan. But just the initial investigation, they found like an ISIS flag in the back. And I guess he had posted like stuff supporting I guess he left a message for his family the only reason you're still alive is because I didn't think it would make a big enough message if I killed my own family. It's better to
oh god,
yeah, awful. Wow. And then they also found like explosive devices and coolers, like 2 of them, near Bourbon Street. They didn't go off, but they found like the thing that would have they found the thing in the truck that would have set them off. Thank God that didn't happen. But yeah, and apparently there's social post. He said to his family, like, I joined ISIS a year ago. How do you join ISIS? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what?
So here's my application.
Here's my application.
My resume.
My
3 references.
I don't even know. I was like, you joined ISIS? Like, I didn't.
Maybe he identifies as someone in ISIS.
Identifies as a terrorist. I don't even, I don't know. It's terrible though. Bourbon Street reopened, I think like the next day, because they also had the Sugar Bowl, like one of the college bowl games.
Pause that. They postponed that, right?
Yeah, they postponed it and played it the next day. I think that was the right call. Like,
yeah, agreed.
Not so much. I'm sure it was already safe. You know what I mean? And this was like a lone, what we call it, like a lone wolf, like a lone actor.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Although there was like some like initial report. This is like, I feel like we're so fast to try and get things out. The speed of getting it out comes at the expense of like facts and like, we'll pump the brakes. This is like super emotional, super fraught. Let's make sure we get the story right, because there was initial reporting from, and this is like not just like investigators were saying, oh, we think there could be other people involved. Then they turned around like, nope, it was just this guy.
Oh wow, okay.
Wait.
Yeah,
sure?
just like this guy's an immigrant. Oh wait, no, he's military.
Let's hang on. Like,
yeah, maybe we shouldn't have said that. Whoops.
Yeah, just pump the brakes.
Yeah,
take a beat, because people are already like, this is super scary, super emotional, super fraught. Pause and get the story right before we start Because once something's out there, people, especially like social media and people post, like it just, things have
it's hard to know what's what exactly.
The life of it
what
stays, yeah, right? It lives longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad. But yeah, so they postponed the Sugar Bowl. They did play that game. The Super Bowl is also there in a few weeks.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably one of the safest places to be after this.
Yeah, that's true. I get you.
But it's just so sad. But they reopened. I saw like ABC, like some of the other news were showing like had video from like Bourbon Street the next day where it's like all the musicians were back out and like playing and like finding healing through like music and like the spirit like being together. I love New Orleans. Like I said, I was there before Katrina. I was there after Katrina, and just seeing like how that community came together after that, and now they're going through something. I love New Orleans. I just think like the spirit, the food, the culture, everything, and just like that spirit. Like this horrible tragedy happened, but let's go back out and like
be together,
have our music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just doing like do what we do to bring that camaraderie together, which is like you said, the food,
healing.
The music.
Yeah, let's heal. How do we heal together?
Yeah, exactly. That's us as a community.
Yeah, I love it.
It's just a shame. You really just can't, anywhere you think could be safe, like anything's possible. It's just it's wild to think about.
I think it is scary because it's like, I forget if it was a documentary I was watching or a news article I read, saying like from like somebody in national security saying like you're like, I think we all think like 9/11 level terror attacks, but that's really not what we're going to see. We're going to see more of these like one-off random people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is scary because you don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's super scary. But I think we just continue to live our lives. What are you going to do? Not go anywhere? No, absolutely not.
Right. Exactly. Give it up to whoever you believe in. That's all you can do.
The flying spaghetti monster. That's who I give it up to.
Yeah.
I feel like New Year 2025 is like coming in hot, man.
Hot, bro.
Because you had this New Orleans attack New Year's Day, and then you also had the Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So of course, everybody's like, "Oh, they got to be like, what are the odds? Like, you know what I mean? What are the odds that these two things happen?" The Cybertruck explosion was in front of Trump's hotel in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
They're not related. It's just like one of those like freaky deaky like coincidences. Like the two crazy things happened. I
mean, they were both before like between major. Like this would have been the time for someone to think about that. Yeah, like two major holidays
in major cities. Yeah,
where things are a little like if you're trying to do something, like everything's a little different in between Christmas and New Year's. You know what I mean? I didn't even know what day it was for 3 days.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Like you just don't like everything's a little quieter and different priorities, I guess. Not that yeah. I think if that's the time, never mind. I'm just
okay. So, anywho, so Matthew Livelsberger from Colorado. He's a Green Beret. He was stationed in Germany. He was on approved leave from the army. This one, like, no connection to terrorism. This guy, like, literally shot himself before the truck blew up.
Shoot.
Yeah. There's been reporting that he was suffering from PTSD.
Okay.
Apparently he was like big supporter of Trump. This had nothing to do with like Donald Trump or anything like that. It was just he left a note saying it was not terrorism. He's like, I did it because the country is heading towards collapse. And he also went on to say, I needed to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I took. And that's according to Las Vegas police.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So not related, but the people were like, oh my God. I think they were also at some point both stationed at Fort Bragg. Well, I forget what Fort Bragg's no longer Fort Bragg. It's called something else now. Liberty?
Yes,
maybe?
I did see something that
they're both stationed there, but they're again didn't know each other. Like it was just like one of those coincidences. People were hurt in that Las Vegas. Nobody else died.
Right.
Besides Livelsberger.
Yeah.
I think there were injuries. Everybody's expected to recover.
Good.
Yeah. But that was like, 2025.
Somebody in hot. I was already annoyed with 2025, so I hate writing number 5. Like, it always looks stupid. So I was going to have to write a 5 all year. I was already annoyed. But...
I know. I hate odd numbers.
Oh, I love odd numbers.
You love odd numbers?
I love multiples of 3 and 5. Like 3 little things clustered together. 5.
That makes you happy. I like even numbers that can be divided evenly.
I get that. I want to go to the microwave. I do one instead of 1 minute. It's 1 minute and 11 seconds, or like 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Oh,
I think there's something wrong. That's a different. So going down a different rabbit hole. Another conversation for another time.
Well, then, if you love prime number or not prime numbers, odd numbers.
Yeah.
Odd numbers. I couldn't tell you what the fuck a prime number is.
The prime is where I don't think it's divisible by anything.
Oh, here's another fun fact about 2025. Speaking of math and math fun facts, 2025 is a perfect square of 45.
Wait, what is it? 25 is what?
2025 is a perfect square of 45. So 45 times 45.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, okay. I think I'm right on prime numbers, but
look at you.
They're describing it in a lot more words than what I just did. So a prime number is a natural number greater than 1 that is not a product of 2 smaller natural numbers. Basically, it's not divisible. It's only divisible by itself in 1.
Gotcha.
Or is composite because it is a product of 2 times 2. Yeah, no, I'm right. So like 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Like.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool.
Good to know.
Thank you for dropping that math knowledge.
Oh, you're welcome.
I was a D student in math.
I didn't do well in certain algebra 2 I was not good at. I had to take that over. I did love probability and statistics.
Oh.
Yeah. Geometry, not so much.
Oh, I liked geometry because it was like shapes.
I could memorize my multiplication tables, though. Write that shit.
Yeah. There you go. Whip it out. Dazzle people with your memorization of the multiplication tables. Impressive. But I was going to say, so speaking of odd numbers, we the 119th Congress kicked off on Friday.
Okay. Cool.
So everybody was sworn in.
That was a good segue. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, I did. That was very good.
Odd numbers. 119. 119.
Like that.
So the new House was sworn in.
Cool.
Everybody was expecting drama with Mike Johnson being reelected speaker. Like that was like everybody's like, oh, he's not going to get elected on the first ballot. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was drama about, oh, we don't have a speaker. How do we certify the votes on January 6th? The electoral college votes, those get certified on January 6th.
Okay.
It's a moot point because he got elected on the first ballot.
Right.
After some drama, though, I guess there was like a few holdouts that people were like gathering in the back, like cutting deals and stuff. Like
when I was reading your notes, I was trying to like put an analogy to it because I was like, what is she talking about? I was like, it made me think of Housewives of New Jersey this season or the past season where Margaret had everybody over like the day before to like talk about before the reunion to like talk about like Teresa and all of that and just like and what they were going to say, get the receipts together. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. So
that's a really good analogy. I like that.
You.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
People in the back cutting deals, trying to figure out what's what to get the votes that they needed.
Exactly.
Because they have a very line.
So first day back together, guys. Get it together.
I mean, they got it together because they have a very slim majority in Congress. I think it's like 220 they have, and the Democrats have 215. But then Matt Gaetz resigned.
Okay,
so that number's lower, right? Because they haven't filled his House seat yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
They can only lose
the one that had the eyebrows, right?
Oh yeah, too much Botox.
Okay. Put a face to a name.
Botox brow. Yeah. But they can only lose a couple of votes. But they got them. They got the 218. They still had one holdout. A representative from Kentucky, I forget his name. Was the lone holdout. He's like, he went on TV. He's like, you could cut off my fingers, rip out my nails. I will never vote for. I'm not voting for Mike Johnson.
I do love passion. I do.
It was a hard no.
Yeah, but he put his money in a mattress too.
I will put my money in a mattress and set it on fire before I vote for Mike. It was extreme, but I'm like, all right, you know where he stands. He's a hard no.
Yep. Moving on.
Moving on. But yeah, so I mean, I was like curious, like, what does the speaker of the House do? I was like, you know what I mean? We don't make a big deal over this position, but like nothing can get done without the speaker, like without a speaker being elected. They can't conduct business. Like he even so the speaker also administers the oath for the for the reps.
Okay.
So like he does like all the 435 peeps.
Mm-hmm.
And then like all the business like goes through him. He's the point person between like the president and the Senate, like all of like legislative business goes through them. He's also third in line to the presidency.
So maybe happens.
So well, you didn't watch The West Wing?
No, but I am thinking about it.
But there was the scenario where that came up, where it was like President Bartlett, his VP, had resigned in like a sex scandal, and then they didn't have a new VP. They didn't have a new VP, so and then his like Zoe Bartlett gets kidnapped, and he's like, I can't. He like temporarily gives up power. Like,
so the Speaker of the House gets kidnapped?
No, the president.
The president gets kidnapped.
No.
Who's
Stop.
Security?
Oh my God! Hang on.
Oh my God! I don't know if I want to watch this.
The president's daughter gets kidnapped.
Oh, okay. I see.
President's daughter gets kidnapped. He's like, yo, I'm like thinking like a dad. I can't make decisions on behalf of the country. So he temporarily removes himself from power. But because there's no VP, the Speaker of the House wound up being temporarily president. And the Speaker of the House was from the opposite party. He was like a Republican in the show.
Okay. Interesting.
The guy from Roseanne. Remember the guy? Who was the dad in Roseanne?
John Goodman.
John Goodman. John Goodman.
I watched, I don't even know how many holiday episodes Christmas, because I didn't wrap presents till Christmas morning. Didn't even think about it. Had Roseanne on all morning watching the holiday episodes. So,
well, there you go. John Goodman was the Speaker of the John Goodman was the Speaker of the House in those few episodes of The West Wing, and he was temporarily president.
You're making me want to watch that.
Yeah, but it's like a good like example, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, like to put it into like I like an analogy, like to put it in a person. Now I feel like I have to watch The West Wing.
I
feel like
love The West Wing so much, and it was the 25th anniversary last year. I love The West Wing so much. It's my other comfort watch.
Gilmore Girls in The West Wing.
Gilmore Girls in The West Wing. They're my comfort watches. Anywho, back to the House and our boy Mike Johnson. So he's all good. They have a leader. Their first thing is they have to pass a rules package, and the rules package is like the rules that they're going to follow for that congressional.
Okay. So everybody's like, okay, for these next however many years, we need to abide by A, B, C, and D. And we all agree that these are like,
this is how we're going to conduct.
We're setting our boundaries.
This is how we're going to conduct business. And some of it stays the same, right?
Yeah.
Apparently Thomas Jefferson initiated the initial parliamentary procedures for the House, and that's still followed to today. With obviously each Congress makes tweaks, you know what I mean, sets out their own version of the of rules and tweaks and adjustments.
I don't think I'd be taking life advice from Thomas Jefferson. Here I
am. So they're in that, including that rules package, was dissolving the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office, authorizing I think subpoenas for Merrick Garland and justice officials related to the Hunter Biden investigation. Why are we still talking about Hunter Biden?
I was literally, when I was reading your notes, I was like what are we investigating now, or what?
You are already in power. People don't give a crap. They want things to be cheaper, like you promised.
Right. I don't care what Hunter Biden goes and does. He can. I don't care, not one bit. So what are they trying to investigate?
I don't even know. It didn't go. It just says it doesn't give a lot of detail. It's just
right. It really, I think what his whole thing, he just did some coke or what.
I don't know. There's that whole thing about Burisma and stuff, and whether or not his dad gave him others undue influence and all that. But it's already been investigated. I guess this is they want to know the results of that investigation and want.
Good. I want to know who killed JFK, but we're still waiting 60 plus years, so probably not going to happen. Just saying. I'm going off on tangents these days. I gotta stop.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why we're still talking about.
That's relevant. But you get what I'm saying. In the scope of things, I don't think that should matter. Honestly.
Do we really care? Do most of the people that were not because like they won with that. It wasn't everybody that was like MAGA that voted for Donald Trump. You know what I mean? There were people like, you know what I mean? Like because he couldn't have won just with like the MAGA crowd, right? Because that's like you can't, like Democrats can't win with just the super far left crowd, right? Like you have to get people from the middle. So like I don't know that like do people really? I don't care about Hunter Biden.
I
honestly.
think at this point, in my opinion, at this point, no. Like I feel like there are bigger things to be talking about.
Yeah, this is like really. This is like the first. Yeah. So all that's in there, and then they have like a section called orders of business, and this is like the initial bills I think that they're going to take up. So there's 12 separate bills. They're closed. They would be closed, which means you can't offer amendments on them. So like you couldn't go back and be like add this amendment, add this amendment, add this. They're closed. The bill is the bill. I had to look that up because I was like, what the hell is a closed?
Yeah.
What does that mean? I mean, it just means no amendment.
And like, what if you agree with it, but you don't agree with it being closed? You know what I mean? Like, how do you?
I mean, they voted on that. Like, this is like I think a majority passed this. So like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I get you.
There's a bunch of things on there like around immigration and sanctuary cities and like cutting funding to sanctuary cities that don't cooperate with the immigration enforcement. There's things in there around turning over immigrants who've committed theft to like Department of Homeland Security. I think it says there's a bunch of bills related to immigration and crimes committed by immigrants and deporting people.
Oh, wow.
Not surprising. Again, this is what they ran on.
I mean, just don't commit a crime and you'll be fine.
Yeah, right? I think
one would hope.
I forget what there was a couple other things in here. There was another bill around if a baby's born from a late-term abortion, you have to provide medical care, which isn't that already, like if you're born, like I think it's called Born Alive. These are like super rare too. I was on the CDC website. Yeah. It's like, we're talking like 1% of abortions are late-term abortions, and it's usually for like the life of the mother or like a defect. So if it's already that low, I can't imagine we have a lot of babies being born. And if you're born, you're born. You can't just kill somebody when they're born. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, this is like that, when the Republicans are running, this was like a talking point for them. Like, oh, the babies are born alive after abortion, they just kill them.
No, I don't think that's
called murder, bro.
Yeah. But I think that's their whole point.
But that's what they ran on. Yeah. So like, this is like, they said they were going to do this. Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. That was their first. We'll see. I think we're in for a bumpy ride because again, it's such a narrow. I think it's like the narrowest.
Yeah.
Majority. Like in the history, like it's so tight. So they're gonna have to either get everybody on board in the Republican Party to pass some of this stuff, or they're going to need support from Democrats.
We got to work together, friends.
Yeah, work together.
Yep. That's the whole... But I mean, maybe it's a good thing that it's a slimmer margin, so that there has to be...
compromise. You can't just do everything.
There's no way that you would... Yeah, just knowing you have majority, you can kind of like throw stuff to the wind, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to like put in perspective where if you think everybody's going to be on your side, then you can just say whatever, you know? Yeah. They might have to pick and choose like what they're like, what's that thing where like fight, choose your battles wisely. That's how it goes.
Wisdom from Emily, choose your battles wisely. You tell Congress that. You go to Congress and be like, you just need to choose your battles wisely.
Dearest friends.
Dearest Congress. Dearest 119th Congress.
Right. I'll get Margaret Josephs in here. She'll help you out.
Oh my God. I think it's going to be, and we're going to also, they're coming up on like, we talked about this before, like the debt ceiling, like the amount of money we're allowed to borrow to pay our existing debts is coming up. Yes. And now they tried to cram that through in the funding in the continuing resolution to keep the government funded at the end of 2024. They're trying. Donald Trump's like, that needs to like, we need to have a debt ceiling agreement in there too, and that did not happen in the final passage. So they kicked the can on that. So Janet Yellen, who's the Treasury Secretary, sent a letter saying, like, hey, y'all got to do something about this because we got, like, I think it's like 10 days, like, or like the money that we have already, like, we're going to run out of money that's borrowed to cover our debts. So we need you to give us.
We need to go open another credit card. I mean, that's basically what they're saying. Like,
we need you to extend our credit limit, please.
Okay. We need to refinance our home in order to pay off the debt that we have.
I mean, the Republicans want to.
It's not even about. Sorry, it's not even about paying it off. It's just extending it for more.
We've already spent the money. We got to pay our bills.
Right.
We have to borrow more money to pay our bills. We're only allowed to borrow this much money to pay those bills. We need to increase the amount we're allowed to borrow so we can pay the bills we already have.
Dear Sachs, I only have $25,000 credit limit. I've spent all of that on designer clothes and bags, which would be a good segue into our Walmart Birkin talk. Or Birkin bag talk.
Birkin.
But no. But I've spent all of this money on these clothes. I have to pay these clothes back, but I'm not about to pay it back. I just want some more money to spend. So give me a bigger credit limit, and I'll pay this back eventually. I just need more credit right now.
Yeah, like I need more money to pay this. So it'd be like taking out a loan or something, like to pay for your credit card bill. Yeah,
that's not good. Like anything.
No,
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, that's why. Yeah, Republicans are like, we need to cut spending. We can't just keep extending the debt limit. We have to make cuts. We can't just maintain this level of spending. Right. We have to cut. And Democrats are like, no, these are important things we need to fund. I was surprised that Donald Trump was like, we have to, like, wanted the debt limit either abolished or suspend, like, kick that can again, suspend the debt ceiling. But he's also got Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy on that group that he's standing up committee or whatever, like Department of Government Efficiency, that wants to cut like $2 trillion. You know what I mean, from spending.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And again, it's opposite of where Republicans have been. Like Republicans are very like more fiscally conservative and like wanting to cut spending, but they also want to cut taxes. We can't cut it's our revenue. We got to pay for this. But they're all like in on tariffs. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what comes out.
Yeah. Because this is just the beginning. Like this is
literally just the beginning. So we'll have to see. Like their first thing is the tax cuts that Trump passed, or tax cuts that Trump passed in his first presidency. Those expire at the end of this year.
Okay.
So those tax cuts were only temporary. Some of them were temporary. I think some of them were permanent. But the temporary ones expire at the end of this year. So they got to get something passed.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think we're in for some. I mean, the media is probably like excellent drama. Yes.
Plenty to talk about.
We're gonna sell so many ads.
I know, right? Oh man. Well,
yeah.
Again, hopefully they can all just work together to come to for the greater good of the country, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm not optimistic. We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't see them being very productive.
Yeah. Well, and then that's the other thing too. Yeah, you get like this standstill of things, I guess you could say. It's like, so if it is that close, on the opposite end, of everybody working together, it's like, oh, here's this, you're at a standstill trying to like make your point, and then nothing gets done.
Yeah, so screw over whatever. Yeah, everybody does it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, media's gonna love it because it's like, yes. So excellent.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know.
Even the reporting over the Mike Johnson thing, I was very disappointed because it was like very.
Yeah.
It's like when your teams are playing in the Super Bowl and everybody's printing T-shirts for both teams so they can immediately sell shit the minute the Super Bowl ends.
Yeah,
that was the vibe I was getting. Some of the stories that came out were like, "Oh, Mike Johnson fails on the first vote," because they were like, that was what they thought. You know what I mean?
Ready to do it. Oh, I see.
So I was like trying to do notes for this show today, and I was like, "Well, what did he not pass?" What
the hell happened?
And I wanted to post. I posted a story to our Instagram stories. I'm like, I'm not gonna have this be wrong. Like,
right.
it's annoying when shit's wrong because then you're like, no, just kidding. Like you look like
and then you look goofy. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna look goofy. I'm not gonna post something to post something. I want it to be accurate. Literally everything I saw was like fails on the first ballot, fails on the first ballot, fails, and then finally it was like, no, he passed. There was just people who were initially voted no, but then they changed their votes. So he did pass on the first ballot. They just did some. They extended the voting. Did some little political maneuvering and got the votes they needed on the first ballot. But like everybody was like, it was like they had their t-shirts printed.
They were ready to go.
Yeah, but like that's how you get. I don't know. I was very like pissed off. I was like, So I was like, I'm not posting anything until I get. And finally, like I was like, okay. And honestly, I got the news from like somebody on TikTok, like another like a woman who does the news girl. She's wonderful. But she had like an accurate, like her reporting was accurate. It was like, no, it passed. There was some stuff in the back of the, like, you know what I mean? Like her.
Yeah.
I was like, this is why people have beef with like traditional media and people are turning more and more to social. You know what I mean?
They just want to be so quick to post it. Like it's just, they want to be the first to report or they want it to like pop up first. And it just.
Yeah, it was wild. I was like.
Yeah.
I should have just turned on C-SPAN because then I would have known.
There you go. CNN, Anderson Cooper. I got him.
Yeah. Just watch C-SPAN. You see it in real time. Don't trust these papers that are like ready to go, have a story written. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can be the first to break it. Who cares? We'll correct it later. Stupid.
More to talk about. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like all this craziness, something that got missed a little bit. I had not heard about this, and as an iPhone user, I was very concerned.
Oh yes.
Siri is a nosy fucking bitch. Siri is a nosy fucking bitch.
I'm an Android user, so
I always will. You're not safe with Android either.
I like my Google Pixel though.
Whatever their voice assistant is listening to your shit too.
Oh, I don't use that.
Well, let me get into the story.
Yeah, tell me.
So Apple has agreed to pay, and this is like a paltry amount compared to how much billions and billions of dollars Apple makes, but Apple's agreed to pay $95 million in this lawsuit. This is in Oakland, California in federal court. Siri-enabled devices can accidentally be activated without saying, "Hey Siri." I already know. Everybody knows this. If you have Siri, she's like, you'll say something like "spoon."
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I didn't catch that. It's like, shut the fuck up, Siri. I'm not talking to you.
I'm not talking to you, bitch.
I'm not talking to you. Nobody's talking to you, Siri. But apparently, it's super sensitive. Like said, like the sound of a zipper can trigger it, or if you're wearing like the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
If you raise your hand, it'll activate it. And then she starts listening. When she's listening, she's recording your conversations for like quality control. And then some of those conversations are then listened to by Apple contractors, like to do the QA. So people, apparently they recorded people having sex.
Oh my God.
Drug deals going down.
Oh wow.
Conversations with people's doctors, with private medical information.
I just need a beeper. I just need to know when to call somebody. I mean, actually, I don't even like talking on the phone. I just need to be able to text somebody. That's it.
Oh my God. It was just, and a whistleblower reported this. Like, I think The Guardian was in one to break the story, like, I forget how long ago.
Oh, wow.
Like 5 years ago, 2019. Yeah. Again, had no idea. But yeah, so like contractors could listen. And it's like obviously concerning because people don't know they're being recorded or don't know, but Siri's accidentally been activated and is listening in on our conversation.
Weird.
It's weird.
So they're paying out how much? $95 million to who? Who's even noticed that?
So Apple device owners from September 17th, 2014 through last year can file a claim and receive up to $20.
Oh, per device.
Yeah, max 5 devices.
So you can get what's that? 120 or 120 bucks or $100.
$100. There you go, Miss Math.
Yeah, math skills.
Well, I don't know if that's $20 per,
I would assume.
It's a max $20 up to 5 devices. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. This deal hasn't been finalized yet. It has to be approved by the court. The deal is going to be approved on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Oh, delightful.
So we'll have to see what comes of that. I will definitely be filing. I had an Apple Watch. I don't use my Apple Watch, and I have had an iPhone forever.
count. I haven't used it in 3 years, but
she dead as a doornail.
yeah.
I don't know. It's like but people are like saying like this is like super hypocritical because Apple is like always saying, "Oh, we believe in privacy this, privacy that." Like one of their privacy things is like they don't allow cross app tracking. So like they don't allow like Facebook and Instagram like have it. You can enable it if you want people to like track your shit and sell you shit, but
I see.
They prevent.
They say all this, but it's like they're going to use whatever they can to perhaps their own advantage or whatever, whatever the case may be.
Everybody's using this. They want to sell to you and they want it. Like, I never bought that. Like, it was like, it's weird because I've had conversations and then shit has popped up. Like, they are definitely fucking listening.
Bro, all the time.
They're all fucking listening. They're all selling a shit. But it's like, and so it's not just Apple that's been like, Google does it. Alexa does it. We used to have Alexa and think about it. It's like tied to Amazon. So it's like for them, they're like, we can sell you shit.
Yeah.
we had to fire Alexa because she was like trying to sell shit all the time. Like, stop fucking trying to sell me shit. Just tell me how to make this fucking spaghetti sauce.
Oh,
asshole.
Wow. Yeah, I don't use Alexa enough for that.
I was using her all the time. But it was
music.
like, would you like me to sell you? And then it was like an ad for shit. Would you like to order? Blah, 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 blah. No, stop trying to sell me shit. I didn't ask for that. Yeah.
No. I use it really as like a music speaker, if I want to be honest. That's it.
Yeah. Well, be careful. Don't have any private conversations around it.
Oh, yeah.
Who
knows? Yeah. Mine's in the bedroom.
So she's heard some shit.
Probably. My snoring, for one.
Oh, my gosh. Isn't that? I don't know. And like part of that lawsuit was also like 2 of the claimants were like, oh, they got served ads based on these conversations I was having that nope, like this phone would only know. You know what I mean? Like,
right. It's wild.
I don't know if that was proven about the ads, but I'm like, I could 100% see that because I've had conversations with people and then like about like somebody's telling me about like a cruise they were going on to like Alaska, and then all of a sudden I'm getting ads.
Alaska. I'm gonna get them talking about Alaskan cruises right now, literally. And I've never wanted to go on an Alaskan cruise.
To us.
Right. It's okay, Google. You can hear me. I don't mind Google. Gemini, I think the AI is. I don't want to say it too loud and have my phone hear me.
Gotta whisper. She's like a super like nosy bitch. Like can be super helpful sometimes, but then sometimes she's just all up in my business and then telling people about it.
She's a know-it-all. And then she pretends she can't hear me. Sorry.
She pretends she can't hear me. Like, sorry, she knows what I said.
She's just, you hear me, bitch.
Yeah. I just don't know about her.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Speaking of selling things, well, this isn't really selling things.
What?
Do you see, this has nothing to do with selling things. It just made me think of like handbags.
Yeah.
Bethany Frankel talking about Dior bags and using it as code to talk about the drones.
Are you starting to tell me that? And then we went off. What was that all about?
Yeah, so Bethany Frankel is like started talking in code about the drones in Jersey because TikTok was like limiting her reach on her drone content. So she started.
Yes, no, because then we started talking about Instagram. We went off on a different tangent. Okay, yeah, we didn't finish this.
Yeah. But she So she started talking about drones in code and referring to them as Dior bags. And there was like a video of her like, we're out looking for Dior bags. I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? And I was like, oh, I went and like Googled and like was like going through the comments like, oh, wink, wink.
She's a wild ride.
She is wild, but like good for her. Yeah. You know what I mean? A workaround. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why does it matter? Like, why are you trying to limit? This makes the conspiracy theories worse, guys. Like, why is TikTok limiting content about drones? And people already, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, if they're already, if we're talking about it, they're trying to limit what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, Instagram did the same, or not Instagram, like, it wasn't just Instagram, it was Meta, so Facebook too. Like, political and election shit. They, like, reduced the reach on that content during the election.
But I feel like for a limited amount of time, for one specific thing, like, makes sense. So as not to create turmoil. But, like, Well, if I get it to an extent, but then it's like, what's the point of social media if you're just going to be...
Yeah, we are talking about, like, TikTok's going to go into the Supreme Court over that ban and how it's, like, limiting people's First Amendment rights to free speech. But then your algorithm, like, you know what I mean, controls what speech that is.
Right. That makes sense.
Who sees what and what gets seen.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do like TikTok. I think it's fun. There's some really great creators on there, but I think it's so funny that their whole thing is like free speech, and you guys are trying to trample on creators' free speech and all of this. And who cares if, I think the government said like their concern is like China controlling the algorithm about what content gets served to Americans, because TikTok is owned by ByteDance. ByteDance is a Chinese company, so they're worried about Chinese influence on TikTok via their parent company.
Okay.
But it's like I just think it's like funny arguments. You guys are saying, well, the U.S. government is trying to restrict.
Right. Yeah. Like,
your algorithm determines what gets served to people and what doesn't. So,
right. Which is,
yeah.
But again,
I just thought of that related to like Bethany Frankel talking in code about Dior bags, because she's like, all my videos, like suddenly my reach was like super low compared to what it normally is. They go like shadow banning, like you get shadow banned, like if your content features something.
It's a nerd.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dior bags, but she's still on there talking about Dior bags, which is really
all right. Now I'll know. At least I see her little videos, what she's talking about.
She's a hoot.
She's a little chaotic.
Did you see the other thing that blew up on social media? The Walmart Birkin bags.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, I follow that Fat Carrie Bradshaw, and he did like a little unveiling of one. I mean, it's nice. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty color.
Yeah, look good.
How much are they? How much is it?
Like $100, like 90 or $100.
Oh, okay. But it's like you're gonna spend $100 on this, but like you're not gonna have a real Birkin bag if you're driving a Nissan Altima. Like that's just like my thought process. You feel me? Like I'm not like I get it, and that's fun. But are you trying to play it off as real, or is it trying to be like what's your play? Like, are you trying to look like you have a Birkin bag, like you went to Chinatown and bought like a fake Louis Vuitton, or are you like trying to make a play off of it and support the Walmart? And I just like this bag.
Yeah, I think it's cute. I like the look of an Hermes bag. I'm not trying. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
but I wouldn't spend $100 on a bag from Walmart. So there's a lot of
$100.
There's a lot of things not equating.
Yeah. Is that shit leather? Probably not. It's probably vegan leather.
No, now I gotta look.
It's also known as pleather.
It probably is vegan leather. Yes, I do like a vegan leather though. I feel it's
No, I like that. Our vegan friends deserve fashion too.
Correct.
I just think I think people have rebranded it as vegan leather to make fake leather sound better. It was like a rebrand.
Yeah. 75 MKF section $75.99.
Oh, they still for sale? Somebody said, I was saying on TikTok that like you can't, like a lot of orders got canceled, and they were saying
maybe
like
it's a different kind.
I don't know. I'll have to go look.
It's the MKF collection, but it is vegan leather.
See, I knew. Yeah, $100. You're not getting leather for $100.
Yeah.
No, people are saying they have
too inclusive. Forbes says too inclusive ? Does the working affect Hermes Birkin? It really does not. It doesn't affect any of that. Anybody else could make a bag that looks like this. I'm sure there are bags that have been made to look similar by other brands. Like, this is not new. It's just fun because it's Walmart.
Well, I mean, you know about the, do you know like about the whole, I feel like Birkin bags, like it's like it's like a little scammy. So like, if you go to an Hermes store, you can't just roll up and say, I want to buy a Birkin.
You have to be I only know from like Housewives of Beverly Hills.
You have to like build a relationship, buy other shit from them.
Yeah.
And then after like, and it's super cagey, and they'll be like, oh, we don't have any. And then whatever you meet, like whatever, like, and again, this is like an unwritten thing.
Right.
But like people who know, you can't just roll up and say, I want this bag. And you can't roll up and say, I want it in green. It's once you've met whatever their fucking criteria is. It's you get what you get, and you're just grateful for what you get. So it's like this scarcity, right? They're super scarce. They cost, I think, 10,000 is the cheapest.
Like a car, right.
10,000 is the cheapest, and I think they were getting sued not too long ago, Hermes, over like requiring prior purchase to buy something. I don't know where that lawsuit is gone.
But then how do you?
Because they're saying you can't just come in and buy this. You have to buy other shit, and then you can buy this. Like, that's not like an official policy, but like
so
that's
you
like...
have to go in. So basically, you have to go into the store and be like, "Oh, I want this scarf and belt this time," and the next time it's like, "Oh, I want this wallet." Or like you go in there a couple times.
Your dishes or whatever.
It's just like going down to Chinatown and making friends with people on the street, and then that's how you get your thing.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. It's who you know.
But that feeds into this. Like, it's gross. It is gross. Very elitist bullshit.
Right.
So,
like, but like beyond elitist. It's not like, I think like when you have like an excessive amount of money, like a lot of things, like you don't understand the concept of money sometimes. Like I get that. But I feel like sometimes and I guess it could be considered art. I don't know. I guess it's just, you like what you like, but these things are, we then cry and want to give all this money to these people and charities and this and that, but it's like you just spent like $75,000 on one purse that you can't even set on the, I mean, you have a bag for it.
No, you don't set a Birkin on the floor.
You wouldn't do that. But that's what I mean, though. That's the whole, like,
it's a status thing. It's a way to display your wealth. Like, I am somebody because I was able to buy this. Not everybody can buy this bag. I'm special. Only special. You know what I mean? Like, I have enough money. I'm part of the club. It's like a super exclusive club.
But the scary part is that the people that don't have that wealth and don't have that money want to be a part of this. Even like people that have money, like, we'll just say like influencers and stuff like that have lots of money. Like, that's not forever. You don't have like this generational wealth. You did some ads, you're an influencer on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, you're buying into this like status that like you don't understand. It's like that nouveau wealth. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent. I don't even really know what I'm saying
like nouveau riche. But it's like, like that much, like your stuff that you have now may not, like, hopefully you're investing. Although I think they said like Hermes bags like can go up and because they're so rare. It is actually like an investment. You could sell it for more than you.
Right.
Again, because it's like that exclusivity and how rare and hard they are to buy.
Right. But people that don't have that are trying to strive for that, and it's just, that's not real. It's not real life. Like, that's not.
You don't need a Birkin bag, besties. We love you just the way you are.
Yeah. Go invest and put some money into real estate. How about that? Even though, you don't take whatever like that amount of money is and put a down payment on a property that you can rent out to somebody and get monthly income. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
It's just, but it's like we're striving for that, but that's why we have to raise the debt ceiling, because not because, but
no,
that's just
that's
like how I put it into perspective. It's like we buy into this and we have to, I'm going off.
No. But now there was like things on social media saying like, oh, orders have been canceled because now the rumor is like Hermes is going after Walmart for intellectual property. But we've seen this. You and I worked in retail. Like, when I worked at Payless, Payless was sued over like being too similar, like the stripes on their shoes were too similar to Adidas, so we had to pull them off. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
New York company, I think, had the same thing where we had like they would like notoriously like go out and buy designer shit and then redesign, like get another factory.
To, like the patchwork Coach bags, or I think there was a patchwork something else did a patchwork
handbags.
Very similar.
Like the Michael Kors watches, when the Michael Kors watches were big, like they would go out and like recreate
what a time
them.
To be alive. I put a big MK on my wrist.
What a time to be alive.
Rose gold.
Oh my god. Oh. Those were
Give
the
me
days.
some gold, like tortoise shell.
A tortoise. Oh my god, tortoise shell. Yes.
I love tortoise shell. I love the black and the brown mixed together. It's beautiful.
Nostalgia. But like New York Company would sometimes we would have to pull that product off the floor because there was like a lawsuit or whatever, and then you couldn't sell it. You had to like destroy it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on reporting and see what comes out. But people are saying that their orders are being canceled. I'm not surprised. Hermes is so like that's a very Hermes thing to do. I could see them 100% suing Walmart over brand dilution for their work and pay.
That's crazy. So crazy.
Like I said, we love you, besties. Without that fancy ass, we don't have no Birkin bags. I buy shit because I like it, and if I like, and I don't want to have to sit there and be like, "Can I please buy this bag?" If I like it, it's good quality, it's well made. Like you know what I mean. I'm gonna buy it. I'm not
gonna
have to
spend X amount of dollars before I can even talk about it. It's like I can't. I want this bag, but I can't talk about this bag for at least 6 months while shopping here or whatever. And then you go on a wait list for whatever other bag, and it's just. Right. I get it. If you have that sort of nonchalance to what you spend your money on, then more power to you.
Like
100%.
When you got that fucking money.
Yeah, right.
No, you buy shit because you like it, not because other people like you buy what you like, what's in your heart.
What brings you joy?
And don't think about like, well, if I buy this, I'll be cool. Like, why are we still trying to be cool like that? Like it's like fitting in with the cool, like the mean girls sitting at the lunch table.
Right.
Like,
yeah. It's like, it's still, but I feel like that's just how life is, sadly.
So like, how we are. Yeah. As a society, we want to be one of the cool people. And that's why we buy all the shit and why advertising exists.
I know. That's why Siri gets you with all the ads.
Right. Mm-hmm. Hey girl, you want to be blah, 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 blah. Buy this.
I don't think we're going to be getting any Birkin ads though after this. I don't think they have that.
No, she's not serving me. I feel like Hermes is too cool to be advertising on fucking social media.
Yeah. That's a total joke. Yeah, there's no way. Absolutely not. Yeah.
Let's test it. We said Hermes a bunch. Now if I start getting Hermes ads, I know.
Or at least something. Yeah, something will be popping up. I don't know what it'll be. Or we'll just be getting some Walmart ads because that's just how the world works, sadly. We'll be getting ads for Walmart.
Walmart ads. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, yeah, that's what's going to happen now.
God, I haven't been in a Walmart in forever. We really don't have. I think there's
like the Walmart one in Mechanicsburg. Like, I love that Walmart. You can find some good treasures there.
All right. It's been years since I've been in a Walmart. Years.
So good. It's good for, like, basic stuff. Or, like, if you need, like... I mean, it's not going to be there forever, but it serves. Yeah.
I feel like we lived a whole life.
I know. It has only been not even a week. It's only January 5th.
Oh, I know. Well, we play each other today.
Yes, we do.
Eagles and Giants play.
Maybe the Giants will win since everybody's sitting relaxing.
No, because your guys' backup people should be just as good. You know what I mean?
I mean, they
like,
are.
You may be sitting starters, but...
But I think we'd still win. Because, but I did hear something basically like if you guys win, that jacks up your draft pick.
Yeah.
Or like your...
I know. People are like so pissed at them for winning last week. Where are they playing? Indy they beat? I think they beat Indy.
Yes.
By a lot. And people are like, oh my God, now you fucked this out of a top draft pick. It's like, they're still professional football players. They're not going to throw a game for fucking draft picks, guys.
Yeah. And it's like, we need to prove that we're not as shitty as we actually are.
Right. We got to, like, you know what I mean? I think it was a home game, too. They, like...
Because people went, oh, Giants are trash. They're always trash. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. And they're, again, we forget that these are people. There are people on that team, and they're professional athletes that train for this.
Yeah.
They're not going to sit there and be like, all right, well, we suck. We're not going to the playoffs, so we might as well just, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not thinking of it as
it's like when you go to work, you're like, I don't care today. Like, I'm not doing anything today. But you go in and you still care. You do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. Yeah, exactly. It's like when you go into work, you know it's all going to be shit, but you're still going to give it your darndest. Although, honestly, no, we don't do it like that. If I don't give a shit, I don't give a shit. But again, I'm not getting paid millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to play football. So.
Well, there's that too. Exactly. Oh, man. But yeah.
And everybody still needs to, like, play. They still have to, like, that's their job, is to win.
Yeah.
So
when we lose, you hate us. When we win, you hate us. So here we are.
Yeah, I think we're gonna lose today, and I've just
maybe
made my
next year. Maybe next year is your year. They need to. Honestly, I don't even think it's the players. They need to figure out like upstairs in that office. Keep the guy who wanted to keep Saquon and get rid of everybody else.
That's Mara. He's the owner. He's not going anywhere.
Well, who's the other guy? What's his name? Haley Roseman.
I don't know. I know Shane's the general manager. Dayball's the coach. I don't know what's going to happen after the season.
Shake up of some sort, I'm sure.
One is needed.
Crazy.
One is needed. Like all that shit that happened with Saquon, and then you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got Malik Neighbors, but again, we're in the same boat where it's like you had Saquon Barkley, but like one person, you can't just have one good fucking person on your team.
Well, and furthermore, the guy that you kept to pay more to get rid of Saquon, you got rid of anyway. So
yeah,
what do we do?
Clowns.
Oh, poor friends.
I still love them though.
I know. Yeah, it'd be the same way. I mean, I think all teams go through this. Like,
yeah,
all teams go. Honestly, like I'm just thankful the Eagles haven't been too crappy the past like however many years. It's true.
You guys have been good for a while now.
Yeah, they have. Pretty much this is the best they've done consecutively in my entire existence, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Because there was a point where they weren't so good either. You know what I mean? But it took a while to get there. But now it's like consistent. You know what I mean?
I think between McNabb and like, now granted, there were points where I didn't follow too. So, but I know like the McNabb years were super good, like early 2000s. I think the mid 2000s got a little wonky. And then I think 2015, 2016, you know, I think when Carson Wentz got picked up, that's when that was their rebuild year. And they've been, you know, it's been consistent. So
yeah, they've been consistently solid.
Yeah. Some may beg to differ, but that's just my thoughts.
That's Emily's hot take.
My love for all. I just love everyone.
Oh, and on that note,
I know.
We just love everybody. We love you, Bessie. Happy 2025.
I know. How did we get here?
We hope you keep joining in every week. We'll be here regardless.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Your besties are waiting for you.
Yeah.
To talk about the newses.
Yeah.
About the newses, talking about pop culture, sometimes little sports thrown in, little sports sprinkled in. Because we're regular Renaissance women. Anyhow.
Get on YouTube.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.